Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm still outside because I know I'm trying to enjoy this weather because I know at some point it's going to change and it'll be something totally different. Um, I don't know if you can see that, but just in case, the smoke you see wafting, that's mosquito coil. Who would think that we would have mosquitoes? But they are. I think we've got rid of all the standing water, but we're smoking them out just in case so they can change their address. Now, I hope you've had fun crafting since last we met. I hope you enjoyed the things that you did and that you're pleased with the next set of projects that you're going on to. And I'm back. What's on my table? Still needles. Oh, this is more. I did not realize I had so many hand knitting needles. But it makes sense. I have more than a dozen knitting machines. That's the flatbeds with their ribbers. And yeah, I have more because I have some what I call toy knitting machines. One day I have to introduce those because some of them I've never opened the box, so I don't even know what they really look like, and do they work. But today we're still on needles. And I said last time we would start with these. And the box it's me. These I have never used. But I must say, what impresses me straight out of the box is that these have been in this box being thrown hither and thither for a couple of years now. Okay? Now, how did I get these needles? I think this one I bought at Michael's. I don't know why I bought it, but this one came from Michael's. The others, because I have more needles. You know what? I'll put this away when we're done. These I love. They're double pointed. I think it's Prim. If it's not, forgive me, but it's spelled Prym. Okay? And whenever you go to Vogue Knitting Live, they have a booth where you can taste their needles. You know, you can try them out. But it's usually impossible to get to the front because everybody else is trying them to see if they like them. I love these needles, but I am so afraid when I use them. I've seen reports of people saying that the tip has broken off. None of my tips have broken off. Now that's a surprise to me. Knowing me, I could easily was like, what happened? Oh my God. But no, they're four. They should be five. So somewhere floating around here is the fifth. I love these for making hats. Okay? The problem is, apparently, I hold my needles with so much force, they bend while I'm working. If you look at them, they look as though they're under stress. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna break them, I'm so afraid because I really like them. They feel good in my hands. The stitches slip on and off really well. I have some others that I prefer in terms of the movement of stitches, and everyone knows when it comes to the ease of stitches moving on a needle, you can't beat higher. You might stab yourself to death in the process, but with higher, the sharps, those stitches go. But as I said, I'm missing one. But this is my favorite hat. Well, it's one of my favorites because I have ones I found that I really like. Okay? And I have to keep track because yesterday I had 3, today I have 4, so I have to keep track so I can have my 5th one. And I found these. Now, I was thinking of making a hat with big stitches because this is a what, 11 US? I think a hat would, it would finish lickety split with these. And I like the size. And I even like, especially at this side, you can feel the difference. Because how many sides does this thing have? 3? Does that make it a trapezoid? I think. But as someone, I'm not sure I ever passed math. It's triangular. But they feel really nice in my hand. And even though as they've gotten bigger, I can tell the difference in terms of weight between this one and this one. It's still a little lighter than some of the metal ones I've tried to use. Because remember the silver, I think Susan Bates had produced them, the silver Lume, Suve Ame, whatever they were sock knitting needles, and they were like 10 inches long, so you had to be careful not to poke your eyes out with it. But they were great for socks. I love them. And I started losing them, and I was heartbroken. And I went back to Michael's, and there were none. I haunted Michael's for months looking for them. There were none. And next thing I knew, they'd come out with their new set of needles. And what was great, they were in color, but the person who designed them did not see me coming. I told you, I'm hard on my needles. I guess my grip is really, really firm, so they bend. Okay? And by the time I was done, these needles were unrecognizable. And I had fun working on socks with them. But as I said, the person who designed these did not see me coming. The the Silver Silver Lume, whatever they were called by Susan Bates, it used to be in a pink container, and it had like a 1, a 1.5, up to a 2 millimeter, and they were long, they were heavy. And I never realized they were heavy till I started working with these, and they were so much lighter. That might also have something to do with the fact that they were also shorter. Because compared to the original, this is like a feather. Like a sword play with the needle. But for someone with a lighter grip, these are probably perfect. And last time I was in Joann's, I saw they had them, instead of a container with all these different sizes, you could buy 5 needles in one size. So that works well for those of you who have a much lighter touch than I do. I was talking about Prim needles. Yeah, I go off. I have so many of these, but for the life of me, I can't imagine when I'm going to use them. And the princess who told me she wanted to learn to knit, I taught her to knit. What does she do today? Crochet. So I have a bag full of needles, and forgive the crinkling. I was going to open it and show you. I have 2, 3, 4, 6 different sets of Prim needles in here that I have. Oh, I have something else in here. Hold on. That I have no idea when or if I'm ever going to use. And oh my God, I need to take them out. The bag is falling apart. There's a hole here. There's a hole here. And there was a hole so big, I reached in and look at what I found. Remember, where are they? The yellow ones that have bitten the dust. I did remember, I did buy the smaller size, because does it say on here? Yes, this was the 3.0 mm and this is the 2.0. These would probably be fabulous for socks, but as I said, with that inflexibility, it's too much needle for me. But I do have them just in case one day I need them. And what did I find? Look. And I thought I didn't have bamboo needles except for that one. I do have these, and these are by Haya. These are what? 3 millimeters, so that's a 2.5. These are perfect for working with socks, and they're 9-inch. All those of you who can work a pair of socks on one 9-inch needle, y'all are good. Take a bow. I can't do it. So what do? I buy 2 needles at a time, and I work stitches from one needle to the other needle. And since there are 2 in here somewhere in my house, there's an empty sleeve looking for a needle. But I really like these. I also like these. And as I said, there's a theme here. See? These are Zings 2 mm. And once again, one is in the package, so there's another package somewhere. And they're good price points. That's a good price. This is what I spend my time doing at Vogue Knitting Live. When I'm not in class, I'm out buying needles. But these work well, and I'm gonna keep these close because I'm working on some socks, and this would be fabulous. Oh, and I have 2.5 in it. I need to go through my things more often. I was searching yesterday. They're right here. Okay. That's that. What are the needles? Oh, these. These are worth. Oops, they fell. Okay, I'll pick it up in a bit. Honorable mention. I found these inexpensive needles on Amazon. They come in like 16 different sizes. They're double pointed, and I thought I could use them when I'm working on socks, and also when I'm working on the flatbed knitting machine, and I want to put some stitches in hold. Rather than put them in hold, or if I want to do some sort of decorative something, I can just slide the stitches onto these needles and get them out of the way. Okay, because I found working with these, especially for socks, they're too long. Okay, the bigger sizes, of which none are here. Oh, here's one. I think those would be good for hats. hmm And there's something about double pointed needles that I really love. They seem to have my heart. When you would think a circular needle would do the same thing. But I think what it is, I find it annoying to move. With the circular needles, you have to move the stitches from the needle end onto that circular part. That annoys me. Okay, so honorable mention, you all have done well. Now these needles I like, but I'm conflicted because there are not enough of them. I have two sizes here. One, two, three. These. I forget who makes them. I'm sure it's written on here somewhere, but without my glasses, I can't see it. I love the flexibility, forgive me. You'd never know I was an English major. I love the flexibility of these needles, but they're not enough needle. When I'm working on socks, I would prefer to work with 4 of these instead of 3. I would. But the company sells it in 3. Am I right? Do they sell it in 4 and have I lost one of each? With me, that's entirely possible. But I really would prefer, but I think they came in 3. I have a memory of standing at Vogue Live and having to choose. I think they come in 3. Yeah, but I would prefer a 4th. And I really don't want to go out and buy a whole other set of each just to have 1 needle and 2 extra lying around. No. It'd be better for me to buy yarn. Oh, and these are some of my higher. Yeah, I love y'all, but I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I know what it is. I tend to, and I dislike these. You see the splitting? Annoying, annoying, annoying. For people like me, they need to reinforce the bottoms. What I do is I find like this for the socks, I find the 2 mm or the 2.5 mm work well. And as I work and let's say I'm doing a toe by hand, as I decrease needles, I may start out with a longer, this is not, let's say I started out originally with a long needle. Then as my stitch count goes down, I switch to a shorter needle. And then finally, as we're really getting to the point of the toe, I switch to the shortest needle that I have. That way, I'm not poking myself. The person sitting next to me on the train or the bus isn't, okay? For some reason, that's what works for me. Some of the people, they can start out with whatever size needle, and from the beginning to the end, that's it. I like to switch it up, okay? And yeah, my higher, I can't believe this. I've only gotten through half the needles that I have. Whoa, I have a lot of those needles. How did I do that? And I still have needles on a project. Now this one, I was experimenting to see what I could do. I am sure somebody out there has done this. There's no way on God's green earth that I invented this. No, I was just playing to see what I could do because I really like the garter stitch. Okay? And maybe I was thinking of making a scarf, but who knows with me. But you know what? I might revisit this because this looks kind of nice. And maybe if I did it in different colors, it would look really awesome. Or maybe in a yarn that had different colors. I think this has possibility. I'll have to revisit this. And the back isn't as interesting, but I think the front has some possibilities. And I'm sure next time I'm going through the internet somewhere, I'm going to see somebody with a full kit from hat to socks with this on them. Oh well, our 15 minutes are up. I hope you've had as much fun as I have. And I'm going to do another thing on needles, but it might not be next episode. But I'm definitely going to do, because I need to get through the rest of the needles because I want to show you the ones that I absolutely love. Till next time, bye.